Hello and welcome back to Gila's Tap House, and thank you for watching episode 2 of the Average Joe Beer Connoisseur. We survived episode 1, we survived the pilot, we did not get shut down for the human trafficking comment, which is pretty huge. Episode 1 got about 370 views, which is insane. I follow people with 6,000 subscribers and they're only getting 400 to 500 views in that same time frame. So I was so pumped, I was so giddy, I can't even really describe it. It's probably what an anti-vaxxer feels when their kid reaches double digits. Wow. That was a little inappropriate, but I'm not sorry. You need to vaccinate your kids. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. So back to the beer. I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody that watched the first video. I want to give a shout out to everyone that shared the first video because that was huge. Every time someone shared the video, it ended up getting like 20 more views and 1 or 2 new subscribers. And speaking of subscribers, YouTube tells me I'm not legit until I have 100 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, click the little subscribe button. It should be down here. Or maybe it's on this side. I'm not sure which side it's on, but it's on one of those sides. So then subscribe. I don't care if we have to create your grandmother an account so that we can get to 100 subscribers. I really want to get there. And lastly, a huge shout out to my wife. She runs my Instagram account. She set it up. She posts the pictures. Basically, she does the whole thing and just asks me what I want to say about it. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, get out and do that. Mainly for her. She wants to have a win real bad. So without further ado, let's get to the reason we're all here today. First up, I have Listermann's Pot of Gold. It's a shamrock shake. And Listermann is a real neat place. It's right across the street from Xavier University in Cincinnati. My brother just toured Xavier and I told him, I was like, hey bud, you know I'm probably not going to come visit you when you go to college, but if you come to Xavier, I'll have a reason to come see you. So now it's near the top of his list. Now I picked this beer for a couple reasons. One, the name. It's St. Patrick's Day weekend. I wanted to go with a little bit of an Irish theme. 2, I wanted to pick it because Facebook blew up over a beer that was brewed with Lucky Charms. Well, this beer was brewed with Lucky Charms in it. So I thought people would be interested to see that. I want to give it a try. And thirdly, I wanted to do it for the style. The style is pretty unique. Not every brewery is doing them right now. And if you look hard enough, you can find them, but they're not everywhere. And the style is a golden stout. So let's take a look at it here. As you can see, the color, it is not dark. It does not appear to be dark. And if we hold up our Yuengling that we're going to try later, they're almost identical beers. So it's pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and taste this. Every time I drink one of these, it really takes me by surprise. It comes at you, you look at it and you're like, oh, it's kind of like an amber, it's going to taste like that. But then when you drink it, you get like this coffee taste to it. And it's a very dark, roasty kind of beer. It's very interesting. So if you have a friend that is racist towards dark beers, what I would do is I would trick them into trying a golden stout. I had a friend who loves coffee but hates dark beers. So I told him, hey, why don't you try this beer? He tried, he's like, they need to make more beers like this. I was like, they do, they're golden stouts. So now he tries lots of different stouts, lots of coffee stouts, and really likes them. Moral of the story, if you don't like dark beers, try a golden stout and your eyes will be opened. So when I drink this, I get a lot of coffee to it. And at the very end, I have a hint of marshmallow. Now, I'm not sure if it tastes like Lucky Charms or not, because I haven't had Lucky Charms in a very long time. So, I decided this was the perfect opportunity to do my first beer and food pairing. I have here a bowl of Lucky Charms. Now, I'm going to take a bite of this, I'm going to take a drink of that, and I'm going to tell you if that tastes like this. I'm starting to wonder why I stopped eating cereal. It's pretty good. So up front, you get a lot of coffee on that. On the back end, I taste the marshmallow. It's a very faint hint of marshmallow, but actually taking those together is magically delicious. I could easily see myself waking up at 6 a.m. to go to a bar crawl, eating that, and then drinking some of this to go along with it. You know, have my bowl of cereal, have my breakfast beer, and be on my way. And if you think about it, St. Patrick's Day is probably the only time of the year where you can have a beer at 6 a.m. and people don't want you to go see a therapist. That and maybe like when your divorce is finalized or something. I'm not really sure. Someone's probably like, you can have one then. But anyway, so this beer, drinkability, with the coffee taste, a little powerful coffee taste, you want to sip on it, you want it to warm up a little bit, that's how you want to drink it. So you're not going to be pounding them, but it's a very casual drinking. Taste for style, when this is brewed, the way they make it taste like a stout is they actually use coffee coconut. So you're expecting to have that coffee taste, and they just leave out the roasted barley, which give it like a darkened color. So you expect the coffee, It's a little too much coffee, and I wish there would be a little more marshmallow on the back end, but it's still really good. But the marshmallow could be just a little bit stronger. And then, will it get you drunk? At 5.5%, and the style of beer that it is, it's probably not going to get the job done very quickly. This is a great chill beer, you know, like after a meal or sitting around hanging out and just casually drinking around a campfire is probably what I would recommend drinking it. So overall rating, I'm going to give this a 3/4 pour. Very solid, very good. A little marshmallow would have improved it for me. Next up, I have triporteur, and I actually don't know how long I've had this. I don't even know when I got it. It's been in my fridge, and I figured, I might as well do it for you guys to see what's going on. It's from BOMbrewery out of Belgium. So it's a product of Belgium. It's brewed with apples, pears, and their own custom malts. So I don't remember what it tastes like. I didn't check Untappd, so we're just going to try it. Yep. That's not very good. Not really digging it. Drinkability, when I'm drinking it, it feels like it's really carbonated, and it's kind of like getting stuck in my throat a little bit. I'm not getting much pear or apple taste to it. So taste for style, it's slightly sour, but it's a little more sweet. It doesn't really have pear apples. I think their custom malts have really taken over. And will it get you drunk? I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like it that much to drink enough of it to get drunk on it. So overall rating for this one, I'm gonna make this one quick. This is just a 1/4 pour. You know, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of let down because I didn't want to have such a low rating on a beer right away. I wanted to go a couple weeks, you know. But as the great Wayne Gretzky once said, "You hate all the beers you don't try." I think that was Wayne Brady. It was one of the great Waynes out there. Anyway, still a little disappointed. I will bounce back, unlike Antonio Brown when he found out that Odell Beckham was worth a 1st round, a 3rd round, and a player, and he was only worth a 3rd and a 5th. Seriously though, if you've seen his interviews, that guy's mental is very concerning. He needs to sit down, have a beer with me, and chill out a little bit. Next up, we're doing Guinness. You can't have a St. Patrick's Day weekend without Guinness. Now, I was gonna do regular Guinness for everybody, but I figured I'd do something a little different. And I've actually never had this Guinness before, so I figured we'll just try it. This Guinness is Guinness Extra Stout. It's apparently brewed all across Europe, and it varies percent alcohol-wise here in the United States compared to what they sell in Europe, which is kind of interesting. So I never had it, and just like a lot of young people this weekend, I'm about to have a little Irish in me. It's very good. It's dark roasty. It's kind of bitter, and you have a little bit of hops on it, but it's not overpowering. It's pretty nice. So drinkability, St. Patrick's Day weekend, you're probably going to go for a Guinness. Guinness sells more this weekend than they will pretty much the rest of the year. So everyone's going to go for a Guinness. But don't always go for that Guinness Stout. Go for this one. Try this one out where they make it in Antwerpen. Drinkability is very easy to drink. You're going to be able to drink this all day on St. Patrick's Day. Like I said, we had a bar crawl that starts at 6 a.m. by my house. So probably going to start out, maybe have 1 or 2 of these. That sounds pretty awesome. Taste for style, Guinness makes a stout. They've always made stouts. That is what their claim to fame. They blow up with it. So they do a very good job. It's an extra stout, so it's a little different tasting. If you're used to the regular Guinness, it's going to taste different, but it's very good. And then, will it get you drunk? St. Patrick's Day weekend, everyone out there is going to be drinking this to get drunk on. So there you go for that one. Overall rating, I'm going to give myself probably about a half pour. St. Patrick's Day weekend, I'm giving myself a full pour, but on a regular basis, probably just going half. I'm going to go with that. And last up, we're going to use Yuengling today. Yuengling just won America's top craft brewery. That's based on volume of sales. So I'm rating this as my domestic beer, but it is still, I guess, considered a craft brewery because it is a crafted American amber lager. So let's go ahead and taste it. So this recipe that they used for this beer was actually resurrected in 1987. So this is the same thing that they were drinking so many years ago when they first opened up, and now they're the oldest brewery in America, which is pretty neat. So you're drinking one of the originals here. Drinkability, many people across the board, you can tell it's pretty easy drinking. It's a medium bodied beer, and it's brewed with like a malted roasted caramel, so it's a little sweet to it, which is nice. And so it's easy to drink, very sippable. There's plenty of PAers out there that will tell you it's one of the best beers in the world. Taste for style, as far as an amber goes, crafted lager, I mean, It's all right. It's about mid-game, mid-ground. It's not my best. It's not the worst. But what's really nice about it is it's a great intro to craft beer. So that's really neat. So this is a good starter beer for people. If they like this, and they can get out and try other ambers and other different things. And then we're going to get to will it get you drunk? There's plenty of people out there, especially in PA, that can probably tell you high school stories about them getting drunk on this. So I don't have to tell you. Did I say high school? I meant 21st birthday party. We do not condone underage drinking. Now, if you're an anti-vaxxer or if you believe in the flat earth, then you probably were in high school on your 21st birthday. So then it kind of fits for you. I don't know why I am attacking those populations today. I must have seen something on Facebook that got me triggered, but I am. So overall rating for Yuengling is going to be a quarter pour. Now, a lot of people are going to be mad about that. Remember, my rating system is based as I'm at a bar, endless amounts of beer. What am I going to rate it? How much of this do I want before I move on to my next one? It's good, not amazing, so I'm going to just give it that quarter pour, but it's still a real great casually drinking beer. Now, we're going to move on to a segment of the show that a lot of people loved last week. Taylor's Easy Drinking Beer of the Week. So last week we did Otto's Apricot Wheat. A lot of people like that. So I told Taylor about it. She got real pumped. She's like, I got one for you this week. She's like, I'm excited for you to see it, but I can't let you know what it is. So she put it in this bag here, and I'm gonna pick it now. Feels like there's a cup in there, plastic cup. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but let's see and go ahead and see what she gave me. We got Smirnoff Ice Spiked Screwdriver, 8%. So it looks like I just got iced. If you don't know what getting iced is, it's when someone plants a Smirnoff, or when somebody, or they put one in a cooler, or they hand you one, and as soon as you take it, you then have to drop to one knee and chug the beer. I'm not going to drop to a knee to chug this, but I will chug it, and she even gave me a red Solo cup because she knows I hate chugging out of cans. That's true love right there. Now, she probably did this as a joke, but actually it can transition very well into the segment. So this screwdriver is actually, it's very sweet, it's very orange, and I wouldn't recommend saying this is the beer that people want to try for it. But if they like things like Smirnoff, and they like things like ciders and stuff, a lot of breweries are doing things like hard seltzers, fruit beers. They're actually taking a lot of fruit and getting with wineries, and they're making fruit beers that are almost wines. They're so close that they're almost classified as wines. I gave you that information because I'm stalling. I really don't want to do this. I don't want to chug this 8% Smirnoff Ice this first thing today. But Mama didn't raise a coward, so I'm going to do this. Do not laugh, do not judge. I'm going to spill this and make a mess. So here we go. Cheers. Yep, spilled it. Face is wet and sticky. Feel like I just got done in a middle school makeout session. It's pretty gross. But it's actually really good, really sweet. I get why Taylor's Easy Drinking Beer of the Week, because it's pretty easy drinking if all you have to do is chug it. So, and moving on, I'm going to conclude today just by thanking everybody again for checking it out. I took everyone's criticism and I tried to make it better. I tried to talk a little faster, make the reviews a little quicker, mainly because people were telling me I was taking too long. 20 minutes was a long time. So I appreciate everyone checking it out. Remember to subscribe. I need to get to 100. Follow me on Instagram and get on Untapped. I'm big on Untapped, so get me there. That's how you can follow me drinking all the time. And mainly, I want you to be on Untapped because you can slide into my DMs, just like this beer is about to slide in my belly. So go ahead, get on there, shoot me questions. I'll answer them. You know, that's why I do this. I love to talk about beer. Also, if you don't want to call it sliding into my DMs, we can call it booking a flight. So if you're going to a restaurant, or if you're going to a brewery that has their menu on Untapped, ask me and I can give you recommendations of what I would try, what I have tried, what I like. So you can always book your next flight with the Average Joe Beer Connoisseur. And remember, happiness is just a flight away. Till next time, cheers.